What is going on, everyone? Happy Tuesday. I actually have our technical problems worked out. Last week it was no bueno. I appreciate everyone who stuck in for that because we're always going to have some hurdles and some bumps along the way, right? No doubt about that. There's no doubt it's the first time you're doing things like that. You're always going to have some sort of technical difficulties, that's just how she goes. And that's all right. I'm sure we'll have more along the way. Happy Tuesday. I hope you guys are all doing well. Let's see who's checking in here. We got Tully, USA. Patrick, the wrong Patrick won. Yeah, that's all I'm saying, or the wrong Patrick lost. Proud of you, man, for how far you came. Bummed you didn't take it home, but you're still the Hall of Fame fan for us. I definitely was checking in on you throughout last week and looking at your Instagram just to see what was going on, but looked like a really fun experience. We got Steve. What's going on, man? Heather's checking in. Let's go with another Madden. This week better go well. Better. I mean, it's got to go better than last week, right? Last week was off the rails from the start of having tech issues to all sorts of things. So still a finalist, but Hall of Fame in my heart. You're a Hall of Fame to us too. A Hall of Fame to us too. All right, let's just get into it. We can have some fun. Before I do anything crazy, let's get this giveaway link dropped. The beautiful part is if you guys are here and hanging out and watching, the nice part is I don't think a ton of people are going to watch this live. So it increases your chances of winning some cool Packer stuff, unless your name's Kirby. All right. Here is that giveaway link. If you're new here, if it's your first time, fill that out one time for me, please. Throughout the show, I'm going to post it multiple times. Just fill it out one time throughout the episode. At the end of the episode, I will be drawing a winner of some awesome Packers prize. We'll see what it is. Jessica, good to see you as always. Steve's already coming in with the burning hot questions. I love it. Ron, QB1 is in the house. And then we got Swag Coda, our kicker, who is perfect so far in the season. So last week, I didn't realize that it was playing music for you guys the whole time. I got like a flag from Facebook because I had copyright music in it. This week, it should be all done. We shouldn't hear broadcasters. We shouldn't hear any music. Everything's shut off. Like I said, there is a lot that, you have with learning curves. I can't go live and test things. I mean, I probably could, but it'd be kind of a messy situation. So we always work through. We always work through it. Ron says, "Am I benched?" No, Ron, you are my QB1 no matter what. Here's the deal. I don't give up. I don't want to play the moment. I don't give up on my players. I'm like the Packers. Jordan Love didn't start his starting career hot, but it's not about how you start, Ron. It's about how you finish here. So let's get into the Bengals game. Just a reminder, if you ask my favorite question or what I deem is like my favorite question or one of the best questions of the day. Ooh, we got rain. Not a good start here. But if you ask one of those favorite questions, if at that point, I deem it my favorite question, I'm going to get you in for another entry. I don't know why it says decode performance, but I'm going to get you in for another entry for the giveaway. So ask some good questions. Doesn't have to be Packers related, can be life related. We're here to hang out, have fun. It's the off season. There's not a lot going on. So we're going to just talk about it throughout it. I see Steve's already here with some questions. He said, burning hot question. If you had to choose any current or past Packer player to back you up in a bar fight, who would it be? Ooh, I am lagging. I don't know what's going on here. Hopefully that doesn't come across poorly for you guys. I don't want to restart anything, but all right. If I had to, this is a fun question to start out with, but if I had to have someone back me up in a bar fight, I don't know that he's going to help me a ton, but I think I'm going to have to go Travis Jervey from the 90s Packers. Ooh, the quality here is not great. It is very laggy for me. I don't know. Maybe if I exit the full screen, if that'll be a little bit better. Um, I don't know because that's not pretty on the eyes there. I think I'd go Travis Jervey would be the player I would choose to back me up in a bar fight, strictly because dude was a wild card. If you don't know Travis Jervey, or if you haven't heard the name, or if you don't remember much about him, Travis was he was a character. He would, at one point in time in his career, he got a pet lion that Mike Holmgren had to call him out on because the lion bit him. I think he named the lion Nala. I think it was Nala. So I feel like Travis Jervey is such a wild card. He's not a big dude. There's probably better options like a Julius Peppers or something. But I think Travis Jervey is just a wild card. If you're crazy enough to have a pet tiger, who knows what you're going to do in a bar fight. I probably should pick someone else because I do not fight. I don't know how to fight very well. So it's probably not going to go well either way for us. Oh boy, Ron, not a good way to start, but that's on me. That is on me. I'm still getting down the it's been a long time since I played Madden. So I'm still kind of getting the game down. It's going to take me a bit just to get plays down. I don't know how it's saying my wireless batteries are low. I literally just put these in here, but I have more backed up in case if my controller dies. I have plenty. Don't worry. We got Doug checking in. Hello, Doug. Jimmy. Glad to see my parents didn't drive you too crazy on vacation. Ooh, this is lagging like something crazy, but that's all right. Why is it saying decode performance? It's not even letting me do that. If it's not one thing, it's another, right, guys? I feel like last week we dealt with it, and this week we will as well. I'm guessing my computer probably just isn't a fan of doing all of these things at one time. All right. I see Sway Coda. This looks like a fun one. Let me get some coffee here. We got to control the line of scrimmage tonight. I feel like last week we gave the ball back way too quickly. We had too many turnovers. It just wasn't a pretty go. So we're gonna try to stay more balanced. Last week we got in the hole early. Hopefully we can kind of correct that a little bit more. But I don't know. The rain doesn't help. Neither does this lagging. But we're slowly driving down. Ron is picking them apart. That's why I have faith in Ron here. Dakota says, let's say the NFL calls you tomorrow and says, Ben, we need to redo the divisions. You can keep one team currently in the division if you want, but not required. Who would you choose as your new NFC? Oh, my clock's ticking here. Who would you choose as your new NFC Northwest East South team? Packers obviously being one of the four teams. Boy, Dakota, that's tough. One, that's tough because I'm gonna lose people scattered throughout. I feel like the NFC North is a pretty strong division in the sense of like we're all in the Midwest and laid out nicely. Oh, a player slipped. That was interesting. We're all in the Midwest and laid out pretty nicely. NFC West, I feel like they're relatively right. You got Cardinals, Rams. Rams make more sense now that they're back on the West Coast. Cardinals, Rams, Seahawks, and 49ers. I feel like that's a good division. Like they're lumped together. NFC, I feel like the NFC East is kind of odd just because Dallas is just jam-packed in there. Oh, Ron, I think the drive's not looking good here, Ron, but we'll see what we got. Boy, who would I keep in the NFC North? I feel like I got to keep the Vikings just because it's a love-hate. I know the Bears are the oldest rivalry, and really they're probably the one that we should keep. Dude, number 14 is that's Kirby. Kirby's slicing and dicing them here tonight. Boy, that's tough, man, to redo all the divisions off the top of my head while I'm playing Madden. Do you want to give me a Rubik's Cube to solve while I'm doing it too? All right, guys, we're on the board to start. We're doing much better than last week already. Already much, much better. A little bit more balanced of attack. See if Dakota doesn't. Oh, Dakota, you might have screwed us there. Dakota. Oh man. I'm telling you, man, this the performance thing is creating some lag for me, which is not ideal. But so NFC North, man, I don't even know who I would put in the North. I feel like the way it's kind of laid out makes more like so much more sense right now than what it used to. You know, when you had the NFC Central and you had the Buccaneers in the NFC Central, I always thought that was a little odd. To answer your question from an NFC North perspective, I'd keep the Vikings in our division, even though I probably should keep the Bears. But you know, I dislike the Vikings more, so I think that's a fun kind of rivalry. All right, Steve cleaning up there. Nice job. Just sorry. Dakota says not all the divisions, just the division that has the Packers in it. Okay, that's a little bit easier. Who would I want to put in the Packers? And I can't do the Bears or Lions. So I'm gonna say the Vikings. Dude, Steve's just flying in here doing push-ups. Look at this guy. He's a madman. Vikings, Packers. I feel like Cowboys being in the NFC North would be kind of a fun one given the history. And I'm going to say the 49ers as well. I just think there's a lot of bad blood between the 49ers and the Cowboys. So I think having them in the division and playing them twice a year would be a lot of fun. There's obviously a lot of games in the 90s that were kind of those two were battling it out. So, you said it could be any team in the AFC or NFC. I just went strictly NFC. Let's go. Are we getting them off the field on a third down? What is this team? Where are we at? Now that I know, I clicked the wrong button. Now that I know AFC as well, boy, that's a tough one. I'm not doing, the wheel of pain tonight. Just because last night I feel like we got way too far in the hole with it. Figure we could just play, hang out. After this, we are going to do this one. And then I started another season where we're going to just solely act as the GM. I simmed the season. And after simming the season, we were the number 1 seed. This would be for the current season we're in, or that we just finished, I should say. We were the number 1 seed. And we lost first round to the Eagles, I believe it was. So we made it to the divisional round, which isn't too far out of where we were this year. So the draft spot should be the same. But my plan here is, or my thought here is, let's see if we can't, as general manager, control this team and win a Super Bowl. We have some work to do as far as Ron, we might have laid it up too much on that one. That's my fault. All right, guys, 3 and out. Not a good start, but defense is cleaning up so far. Let's see if we can't keep at it. Yeah, there's definitely a slight delay on my response here. I don't know if it's because I'm doing what's called remote play, so my Xbox is upstairs and I'm accessing it through my PC. So that could be part of why we're seeing a little bit of a delay. But I think it's manageable. We'll work through it. I just know that kicks are not going to be crucial, and neither are punts. Like I'm just not going to. Oh boy! All right, modest gain for him. But AFC or NFC, I still think I'm going to stick with my original answer there, Dakota. I think that's a super fun question. I'm going to stick with that. Oh, I don't know. 94, Steve, you're jumping off sides on me, man. Oh no, it was Jaron that jumped off sides. Okay, I thought it was you that jumped off sides. So, whew. Yeah, that was a fun one. Keep the questions coming if you got them. Otherwise, we got some work to do on defense. Steven's cleaning up here. I don't know if he's watching tonight, but he's cleaning up. I'm happy I at least have my camera working tonight. Last week was such a mess. Uh, I feel like every time we do a new, I remember the first time we did a new, my first ever live stream, and I feel like that was a pretty big disaster. So I'm glad to see that we're kind of bouncing back a little bit anyway. Big third down here. What do we got? 3rd and 8. Let's see if we can't get a stop. How's everyone week? How is everyone's week going? Boy, I can't even talk. Oh, did we stop them? No, just got it over. Good pickup. Good conversion by them. Man, it's not even. We're not even out of February yet. It feels weird not to have football. I don't know about you guys, but it's kind of been nice not to be so stressful. Steve's just wrecking here. What a wrecking ball. Chad says, if you could be involved with creating a new menu or food item at Lambeau for game day, which would you choose and why? A new menu item. So you chatted me this because I missed it last week. You asked this and you chatted me about it. And I've been trying to think of something. It is, man, it is tough because I'm trying to think all seasons, right? We don't want something that's just going to be great. Oh, I did not know where that was going. I don't want something that's gonna like be good during during the warmer months and then not be so enjoyable in the winter. If I could create a new, I'm gonna say I'm gonna say it's not gonna be a food item. I'm gonna get a delicious coffee drink there. I've been in this phase of trying to really perfect some new coffee recipes. So I that's kind of where my head's at. I would love like a Titletown or a Lambo themed coffee drink just to have on game days. You could even get away with like doing a nitro tap, like a nitro cold brew, kind of like the nitro beer vibe, but just do a coffee or cold brew. And I think that'd be killer. When I go out, like there's a bar here in town called Badger State Brewing. When we go, oh wow, we're already almost at halftime. Haven't even been paying attention. When we go there, they have nitro cold brew on tap from Coffee Wizards, which is my favorite coffee shop in town. And that's what I get every single time. Is that Steve with the wrecking ball? Look at Steve's just a madman here. Dude, shout out to Steve. Got him out of field goal range. Dude, Steve's putting on a clinic here. He might win defensive player of the week in the NFL right now. So I think that's going to be my answer. Is I wouldn't do a food item. I would just do a drink. I think doing a nice coffee. So people who don't drink, like myself, not that let's be honest, I'm not getting it regardless at Lambeau because of the fact that I can't afford it. Well, I can, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to pay a stupid amount of money if I go to Lambeau Field for concessions. Yeah, I like that question. I wish I had a better answer for you, to be honest. If it was like not worried about all seasons, I think I would do um kneel it. Come on now. I think I would do like my dad does some fun nachos that I would probably rock out for my answer. But in the winter they would not be good. If they cool too fast, they kind of turn like a weird texture. Um Boy, they keep messing up the controls on me as far as how to do hot rods, and so now I'm like screwed up. All right, whatever. I'm just trying to get a deep pass going, but that's not going to work. All right, Ron, that's not on you. Get a pass interference or something. Oh, okay. Sway Coda says, where are you at in 11:22:63? Before we do that, we got to do our actually, we'll do it after the end of the game. We'll do our Nicolet Law ad read because the fact that we are going to do the GM mode quick before we do the giveaway. But so in 11:22:63, which that is a show. Well, it's a book. Then it was made into a show. I saw the show when it went to Netflix and it caught my attention and I binged it. It's not usually a topic or a category that I'm interested in, but I binged the show and it's been really enjoyable. I finished it now, and then I saw it was a book by Stephen King, so I've been binging that on Spotify. When I'm driving or cleaning, I'll throw that on. And I think I have like 2 hours left, 3 hours left, something like that. Was that Steve again? Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Um, so I think I got like 3 hours left in it. I'm cruising along on it though. All right. Patrick, did I miss your question? I didn't see your question. I'm sorry, man. Let me see if I can't go back and find it. Oh, I missed the edge. That dude's fast. Wish I was back in Green Bay. Patrick, I don't see your question, man. I'm sorry. Oh, I see and why. Oh, here we go. Um, Patrick says, may have been asked already before, but curious, who is your all-time favorite Packer and why? So my all-time favorite Packer is Desmond Bishop, which I know that's probably a name you were expecting. But it goes back in 2009. I was on Twitter. I joined Twitter. Twitter was like pretty new as far as gaining popularity, but it was a fun place to just interact with players. And I was able to interact with Desmond on there, and him and I played Madden a couple times together, which ended up in he wasn't a starter yet because it was 2009 season. I ended up making him a website, and it was a terrible website, like so bad, such a bad website. But I made him a website and started trying to do some marketing stuff for him, and it ended up blossoming into him and I kind of we ended up meeting at the tailgate tour. Oh man, I just missed that. We ended up meeting at the tailgate tour, and then I went to a game with his wife. I got to do some very fun experiences. I've been to a lot of his charity events, just a lot of things over the years that I've gotten to know him. When he played for the Vikings, I went to his house for dinner. He just kind of became like a I don't want to say friend, because I don't know that he necessarily views me as a friend, but he's a dude that like is super gracious, and he's been super friendly to me. I have the game used jersey from his first career start. I got that not from him, but on the second hand from someone else. But I sent it to him to have him sign it. I have game used gloves of his, game used cleats. So I have so much Desmond Bishop stuff signed, but he's just always been so great to me that he's definitely one of my favorite players of all time, if not my favorite. So I love that question, man. I think anytime I can talk about Bish is a win for me. But how I really got close with him back in the day, one night I was drinking a few too many sody pops as an underage individual, and I was drunk spouting Chuck Norris facts at him about him, like instead of Chuck Norris, it was like Desmond Bishop, whatever, and that gained some pretty big popularity back in the day. Oh, Ron, I don't know. That gained some pretty big popularity, and I think that's kind of really where it took off. But he's been a cool dude. All right, there. Yeah, I see you asked it again. Joshua said, hold on, let me see where I'm at clockwise. What would be your favorite game live? Hold on, I gotta process this. Oh, I had A, but I just missed it. My bad. That's on me, Ron. That's on me. Joshua says, what would be your favorite game live, snow or hot? Um, Dude, I honestly would rather be at a snow game than a hot game. I went to Brett Favre's number ceremony thing, not the game itself, but the Hall of Fame ceremony, I believe it was, where we sat in the stadium. They filled the stadium, and he had a ceremony, and then he came out and waved at us, for 30 seconds or whatever. But it was so damn hot that it was so miserable. I've been to Packer games that are cold and more miserable, but very rarely. And that was only when it was raining and freezing. Actual snow game would be much more enjoyable than than a really hot game. As far as like if I had to pick a single game, I think I would choose the Seattle game of 2007, that playoff game where Ryan Grant fumbled the two opening touches, put them down in the hole 14-0, and then they just came rallying back after that. That was such a fun game. So that would be like if I had to choose one particular game in my lifetime. Otherwise, the Snow Bowl of '85 would be a phenomenal one to go to. You know, under 20,000 people showing up, or under, I think it's like around 20,000 people showing up. Most were snowed out, and yeah, that would be a fun one. You also said, have you ever shoveled at the stadium? I have not. I probably would. It doesn't happen too often any longer. I think the last time it happened was like 2001 or 2021 or 2020. Great questions. Ron, I'm clicking stuff I shouldn't be clicking. Ron says, is it pop or soda? I feel like I call it soda more often than not. I don't even know what the Wisconsin one is now, but I feel like I call it soda. It's a fun question. Braden says, are you too distracted to explain comp picks? I will do my best. I hope I don't get it wrong. I very well could get it wrong. Oh, Tully's on the board. Tully, let's go. Comp picks basically are what happen when you lose key members to free agency. And it's like based off of, I think it's based off of like what, like how, like their contract size, I believe. I could be wrong on that, but it's basically like if you, the bigger component you lose to your team in a sense, the higher comp pick you're going to get. So like with Malik leaving, we're going to get a comp pick from him. I'm sure it's going to be a decent one because of the fact that he's a wide receiver. So he's going to be probably getting a good chunk of money. So we got that to look forward to. I don't know. It doesn't. And then if you sign a bunch of guys, you kind of, it factors in how much you lose compared to how much you're gaining. So if you're signing a bunch of guys, you wipe out your comp picks. That's why Ted Thompson always had a bunch of comp picks, because he didn't sign a ton of guys to offset that. But that's I don't know. There's probably smarter people than me that will be out there explaining that a whole lot better than me. That's for sure. That is for sure. Tully says, what is the wildest thing you've witnessed happen in the stands during a game? Oh man, that's a good question. I don't know that I've witnessed anything like, what a catch. Did he catch that? No, he didn't. Okay. I don't know that I've witnessed anything like super crazy. I think the craziest thing is probably someone doing the wave on while the Packers are on offense. Is that Tully? That's on you, Tully. I don't tell guys, but we're gonna do a fake because I can't kick a 48-yarder right now with this delay, and I think this is gonna go to Tully. This is a crapshoot because I don't know which way this is gonna go. I also don't know what option Tully's gonna be, and I might have made that. Oh, this is not good. Tully. We got to trust our defense, guys. We got to trust our defense. I don't think I've witnessed anything too crazy in the stands. I'm trying to think if there's anything. I've had some really like odd fan interactions, but nothing super crazy. I wish I had a better answer to that, which would probably make it like a really fun question. I know during the Packers and like Eagles game back in what year is that? 2017, 2018, 2019, one of those. There's a lot of people getting ejected. I remember that, but nothing too crazy. I saw on my end. Dakota says that ceremony was such a joke, talking about the Favre ceremony. It was it was like $4 a ticket. And we just basically baked and watched the ceremony. I'm trying to think, Tully. I'm trying to think. All right. Defense really needs to take a stand here, because if we lose 7-6, that's going to be a very frustrating loss. But I still don't know that I could have made that 48-yard field goal with my my game kind of being weirdly delayed like it is. Like everything's like a fraction of a second delayed, which isn't a big deal. But when you're trying to time kicks, it makes it much more of a big deal. 3rd and 7, they're gonna have to go for this if they don't convert, right? So let's see if we can't get them in the hole. It's been some fun questions. I've enjoyed these. Let's go. Oh no. All right, 4th and 4. Let's see what happens. Jessica says, how many Packer games have you been to? How old were you when you went to your first one? Oh, great question. Let's go. Like 20 didn't do anything on that, but he's still going to get all the credit. So I don't know how many Packer games I've been to be honest with you, Jessica. Great question. I don't know how many I've been to, unfortunately. Dakota says, trust in me, Ben. All right, we'll see. We'll see, man. I don't know how many games I've been to now at this point. It's just been way too many. Not in a negative way. I've been to so many that it's yeah, I just had to eat that one. I wasn't going to throw it away. I've been to so many that I can't remember all of them. I think from, so I went to my first game. In 2009. Oh, that's not good. That's on me. All right, defense is going to have to do it again, guys. I went to my first game in 2009 and I was 20 years old? November 22nd, 2009, I believe it was, against the 49ers. My friend Tom and I, that I worked with at Arby's, still a really good friend of mine, he and I went to the game. We stayed in Shawano, nail biter game, but the Packers won. Packers lost Al Harris and Aaron Campman in that game. It was like career altering injuries for both of them. I think it was really the last snaps that both played for that team. But we had such a blast at that game. And then 10 years later, we went to the Panthers game in 2019, just kind of recreate the magic, if you will. Did you catch that? No. Okay. To kind of recreate the magic. So, but from my first time I went to a game in 2009 till I missed a game in 2020, I feel like I went to 2 or 3 every single year at least. The 2010 year, I went to 7 games that year. So it was, I've been to a lot of games. I've seen some really fun ones. Dude, defense is just coming in clutch here. I wish I knew the actual answer for you. Unfortunately, I don't, because there's just too many to remember, right? It's just too many. I know we're supposed to kneel it out, but I'm trying to get Ron a touchdown here. Stupid, probably, but oh god, wrong play. Sam says, how about how many other stadiums have you been to see the Packers play? So I have been to 2 away stadiums. I've been to the Vikings numerous times in the old Metro Dump. And then I've been to Pittsburgh. I went to Pittsburgh to watch the Packers versus Steelers in 2017. Funny enough, on that trip, I went to the Hall of Fame. So we went to Canton, and I'm walking around the Hall of Fame. Oh, you dropped that. You're kidding me. Went to the Hall of Fame, and then I saw Sam in the Hall of Fame randomly. It's like, oh, what's up, Sam? Sam lives in Texas. What are you doing here? But anytime you can see Sam, it's a good day. So, oh, 1st and goal. Let's go. Do we risk this or do I run it? What would Seattle do, right? All right, guys. Tully out on the side, maybe. Kirby gonna sit down on it? I don't know. Tully, let's go. We got the Ron to Tully connection. Now it's gonna have me go for 2. Just delaying the inevitable here. We had to get Tully 1. Well, or not Tully 1. We had to get Ron 1. Yeah, we're not getting the 2. That's all right, guys. Defense has come to play. Josh doesn't run the ball. Josh, this is my Madden. We have to. Hey, listen, Ron's been a trooper. Last week he had a rough go. We got to boost that confidence. That's my quarterback. We want to get him on the board. I don't want people on Twitter saying, "Oh, he should be benched for, Joe Schmo, who's the backup." No, none of that. Ron's QB1, and I want everyone to know my trust in him as QB1. We have Steve, that's a wrecking ball on defense. Defense is coming in clutch this week. Last week, I want to say it was a little bit more user error, but we did not have a good go last week. It was not a good go. I'm excited to do the GM mode. I think the GM mode's really fun. Hopefully you guys enjoy it as well. Oh boy. Who's 25? Who came over the top like that? I feel like that's one of you guys. Is that who's 25? Nope, that's not one of you guys. Okay. Hey, 25 came to play. All right, now 4th and 8. Let's get out of here. Bengals, you guys aren't doing anything. Can I name the backup quarterback Joe Schmo? I could. He's not going to see the field. I have injuries shut off too because I don't want like you guys to get injured and then it's not as fun. I want you guys in there doing your thing. So Joe Schmo will never see the light of day. Sam says, I'm impressed that you can read questions and win. Last week, Sam, I got absolutely dominated. I think I lost 41-7. All right, Dakota, it's your time to shine, man. All right. Let's see. Last week was sloppy from the get-go. 41 yards, Dakota. Look at that, Dakota. Look at that. No problem. We had to redeem you, man. I've learned that we need to flawless victory. Look at that. Holding your opponent to 0. I've learned that I need to do it like a fraction early every single time. So that's awesome. Let's take a look at the stats here. We're also going to do the give our friends over at Nicolet a shout out here real quick. So before we do anything crazy, let's get let's adjust this here. Let's do a full screen real quick. Quick shout out to my friends over at Nicolet Law, the personal injury law firm that knows the Midwest because they're part of it. They're not some out-of-town firm guessing how things work around here. Nicolet Law is local. They live in the communities they serve and understand what folks around here really need when things go wrong, which is someone who shows up, listens, and gets results. If you've been injured and aren't sure what to do next, call Nicolet Law. They know how to deal with the insurance companies and get you what you deserve so you can focus on your rest and recovery. Call 1-855-NICOLET or head to nicoletlaw.com and work with a team the Midwest trusts. Shout out to Nicolet Law because without them, I would not be able to do the giveaways we do every week and all this fun stuff. So speaking of giveaways, here is the giveaway link once again. If you've already entered, don't enter a second time, please. Just do it one time, but just keep it one time. We're going to be drawing that at the end of this stream. Right now, it's time to do the GM mode. My mouse is misbehaving, but that's okay. We'll manage. All right, here we go. Let's get into the GM mode. Actually, we gotta check our progress here. Jay says 1980 or 2026 USA hockey team. I'm gonna go 1980 because they made a movie about it. I feel like the timing of that win was huge. Like the "Do you believe in miracles" and all that stuff. Like I think that's just I think that's a much bigger moment for me. I did not watch the hockey game this year, but I was busy doing some other stuff. Not a huge offensive performance, but we'll get better. We're slowly evolving. It's going to get better, I promise. Maybe I shouldn't promise that, but all right. Let's see if Steve won Defensive Player of the Week. Let's see. Jordan gets his win here. Nope, it did not look like Steve got player of the week. Who did? Weekly awards. 10 tackles and an interception. I don't know about that one. What about stats and awards? I don't think it's going to show me like breakdown by. I'm trying to see if I could see whatever. It's not the most important thing. All right, let's get into this GM mode, shall we? This is kind of a fun thing. So what I did is like I said, I've streamed, or I've simmed ahead to the end of the season. We made it to the divisional round. We were a first round bye. But I like doing this because it shows how hard it is to win a Super Bowl. So we are getting ready for the off season here. And the first thing we're going to have to do as GM is we're going to have to cut some people. In this, we need to look at savings. The first one that we automatically need to cut is Trevin Diggs, because that saves us $20 million in contract space, just like the Packers did. So we're cutting him. Now here's the tough part. I feel like we need to, much like Packers are probably going to end up doing, is cut Elton Jenkins. We're going to save $20 million with a penalty of 4.8. So we need to get rid of him. Unfortunately, I feel like Elton's. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's kind of delayed. Come on. All right, let's go. Everything's leggy. Boy, this isn't ideal with how leggy is. I don't know why it's so damn leggy all of a sudden. All right, what's going on here? Oh, hold on one second. I know why. You know, that might have been part of the problem this whole time. That might have been part of my problem this whole time, is I didn't plug in my laptop at all. So my laptop's just been going off of battery, and it almost just died. So I think that's why we were seeing it get super laggy. All right, here we go. We're back. It's not one thing, it's another. So, all right, we got to get rid of Elton. He's going to save us a good amount of money. Unfortunate, but doesn't mean that we can't get him back. Now, the question is, and I need to know your guys' answer here, do we get rid of Rashawn as well? It saves us $11 million, but it's going to be a penalty of $17 million, meaning down the way we're going to have money that we're eating. This is Madden, so he's going to be more effective in Madden than I would say probably in real life. Let me know. Do you guys think we should get rid of him here? Let's see if we can't see his stats for the year. All right, season stats, defense. 10.5. Are we okay paying to keep him around for those kind of numbers? I feel like we are, right? Like, unless we trust that LVN's really going to be that guy, or we try to draft a defensive guy. For the sake of it, I'm gonna keep him. I'm gonna keep him just to have it. Let's advance a week. You guys aren't jumping in on this, but all right. We have. We don't care. Players ready to negotiate. Or do we have anyone that we're gonna? Oh, Joshua says goodbye. I feel like Quay Walker we want to try to keep. What's the contract gonna be here? We have $65 million in cap space. This would potentially be a $20 million deal over 3 years. I think. Hey, we got him at that. Dakota says, get me Max Crosby to play with Micah. So I did this. I had a friend come over for Madden weekend, and I did this exact thing. And there comes a point where, at least in that season, where Jordan would not resign even for $75 million a year. And so that's exactly what I did is I traded Jordan away for Micah, and um, we might end up in that situation. Daniel Whelan's only a 75 overall. I don't know that I can justify spending that much money on a punter. All right. I don't think we're going to keep him. Rashid, 34 million over how many years? 2 years. Sorry, Sheed. Sorry, Sheed, you're out. And I don't think we can afford Romeo as well. 35 million over 3 years. I think we're going to have to let him go. And let's get to let's see who do we have for free agents. Let's see if there's anyone we can add. I don't know if people are going to enjoy this this process, but I think it's fun to kind of play the GM mode and just hang out and talk a little bit. But we got a strong. Okay, so let's think about this team as a whole. What do we need? I think if you like the Packers, if you look at the Packers right now, we need cornerback, we need offensive lineman potentially. What else does this team need? I mean, I think those are the two big ones. Maybe an interior defense, like a defensive tackle. So like this could be a potential. I don't know what the cost is. 18 million for 1 year. Absolutely freaking not. I didn't realize defensive tackles were so expensive. But these are older guys, so I feel like older guys aren't going to get the interest. I feel like we could try to really offer them next to nothing. Let's try to get crafty with this and just offer this guy like next to no bonus. Is he going to accept it if we're the only offer? Can we get him for like a 1 year, 10 million? Maybe not even. We'll give him a $500,000 bonus. He's not going to like this offer at all. But here's the thing. If he has no offer, we might get him. We might just get him. I was going to say left tackle, but we can't afford Rashid. CB, yeah. Let's see what's out there for cornerbacks. The thing that's kind of unrealistic with Madden is Madden always has a ton of cornerbacks to select from. And usually you can find them even in free agency for dirt cheap. It's not really the case in real life. Like, Douglas at 80 overall. What's his contract going to be? 1 year. I'm certainly not giving him crazy bonuses. But like, what if we offered him 1 year, 4.5 million? I don't know. Let's see. We don't have a ton of money, and we need to keep it because there's going to be some free agents coming up next year. We need to kind of be mindful of that. All right. We need veterans. Yeah, I mean, in real life, we need veterans. I don't think it matters as much, but let's get to let's just jump ahead to the draft. That's about all we're going to offer right now. We'll see if we get any of them. The draft, I think, is the fun thing. All right, let's see if we got any of them in free agency. I don't know. If we did, we really undercut them. Yeah, we got nothing, but that's okay. That's all right. There's going to be free agents after the draft that we can look at. I'm not even going to do the private workouts. I don't care. We're going to get straight into the draft. All right, start the NFL draft. So much like real life, we do not have a first round pick. We are not going to sit around and look at I didn't scout anyone. I didn't do anything. It's fine. We are going to just skip ahead to our user pick, and we're going to see what's out there for us. I shut off the clock because I don't need us like trying to frantically do this. So we have a tight end that was a 17th overall prospect. I wouldn't say that we need a tight end, but if you could possibly get one of the top vertical tight ends, that's an interesting person out there. We have a wide receiver. Now, these are just the top of the boards. It doesn't mean that they're the best talent, much like the real draft. There's going to be guys here that we can find down the way. But let's see here. And that also comes the question of like, do we draft for team need or do you take best available guy on the board? We're going to need a left tackle as well. or potentially. I mean, we're losing Rashid. What do you guys think? Do we try to take this tight end? I mean, let's look at this guy. We got some elite. He's got elite capabilities here. He's got elite jumping, great speed, elite acceleration, great agility. This guy looks like this tight end has some elite stuff going on as well. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I think we're taking the tight end. Patrick says go for it. We're gonna need someone because we're gonna lose Luke, right? And we might not get Tucker to resign. So for the sake of time, let's see how he did. B minus. He was ranked 45th in true value. We got him at 60, so that's a win. He's a hidden trait. I think that's a win all around. His first name's Ben, which is a great first name. All right, let's see what we got here. I feel like we need to look at some corners. It's a QB class. What is this guy? He's not that fast of a corner. He's quick off the line though. First cornerback in the 3-second drill. That can't be right. It's six whatever. But we have some elite guys here. I mean, he's elite acceleration, elite agility, elite jumping. All right, I think this is the guy we got to take, right? The corner. He's not the fastest, but he's gonna make some moves. Just trying to keep us for a sake of time because we need to send an entire season yet. Hidden trait. Hey man, we'll take it. We will take it. What do we need? D tackle, offensive lineman. Let's see if we can't find. Here's a D tackle. What do we got here? What are our some good goods? I always like to look at the attributes. I'm like, or the physicals. I'm kind of like Gutekunst. I look for the freaks. We got an elite down here. Right tackle. Elite agility, I don't care about for a tackle. Pass coverage, elite. Change of a direction. Elite acceleration as a wide receiver. He's great agility, good speed. What do we got here? Let's see how this guy is. This guy's fast. Beyond that, we don't know much. Catching traffic D, or catching D, catching traffic C. I don't think you can take a wide receiver who has terrible catching, right? Like I feel like that's we've drafted that before. We don't need that again. We don't need another. I don't want to throw anyone under the bus, but just trying to look for the sake of time here. All right. Great. You know what? Left guard. Cool. We'll take him. We can always swap around the line. Whatever. I'm not trying to. Hey, look at that. True value 58. Hey. I don't want to say good. I'm coming for your job just yet, but I feel like we've made a few good picks here to start. I feel like we've got a few good ones. Physicals. I'm literally just looking at who's got like some sort of elite. The thing is, we're in the 5th round. We're in the late 5th round. So none of these guys are expected to be anything more than maybe special teamers, and hopefully you can land on one. This guy's got an elite trait of change of direction, which he's a halfback. He's a receiving back. He's got good speed, solid, great acceleration. 4.44. Oh, let's take a running back. Joshua says left tackle. Let's see if we can't find one. Hey, we're getting guys that are all hidden potential, which is phenomenal in Madden. We're taking them ahead of where we should have selected them. So far, I feel like we're making some good additions here. Let's see what left tackles are out there. It doesn't. We got an elite guy down here, elite agility, good change of direction. We need someone with some like elite strength as a. So we can always take Jordan Morgan and move. We can shuffle around the line. So if there is a like a another left guard that would be good, or a right guard or a right tackle. Unlike real life, we don't have to be as put people necessarily like this guy could be a really good one. Strength is solid. He's the Pope. All right, let's see how the Pope is. 193 in true value. First guy we selected that was not not we didn't select better than where we're at, but that's all right. We're in the 6th round. All right. Last one here. We got let's see if we can't find anything fun. We got an elite right here. Elite, good, decent, good, good, decent. Literally just playing like Gutekunst does. I'm just looking at RAS scores pretty much. You know what? Let's just take that guy and call it a day. He's got elite there. He's got to be good for something, right? I don't even know where the hell he is now. Elite good right here. Wide receiver, elite acceleration, good speed. Whatever. Let's call it. All right, C+. Cool. All right, let's skip ahead to next user. I think that's it. Let's get a punter and kicker. We are going to need a kicker, right? Because we lost guys. Let's look at the draft recap. Let's see how our guys are. Not great overalls. Our quarterback 67 overall. That is not good. But some of these guys aren't terrible, right? But there's going to be a lot of developments that go with it. So let's go to the GM. Let's look at some free agents because we could probably find a cornerback in free agency, especially once the draft is over. I think we could. Well, do we need a kicker? I know we need a punter, but I don't think we need a kicker. All right. Nick Chubb is a free agent. Wow. Power back. That's actually interesting because he could go well with the team, but D tackle at $5 million, 77 overall. So I think we're going to take him. We need depth at the D tackle. We had Wyatt go down this year, and that did not play to our favor. We need to take Jake Bailey. We need a punter. Any punter will do. He's the best one out there. And now let's see if they have any corners out there. And we're going to check again after the roster cut down. 77 overall. I think we can do better than that. So we are going to advance. Let's just advance to the regular season. I'm not going to worry about the training camp cut downs. I don't care. We're on a timeline here. We got to do a giveaway soon. Once we start going on the regular season, like after this part, it's going to be probably a relatively quick go. I could stop every single week and make sure we don't have any injuries, but we're going to just let it ride. We are going to let it ride just for the sake of time. All right, let's take a look at our free agents, see if we can't add another cornerback. 77 is still our best one. I feel like we need to add him regardless. We don't have the strongest, and now it's going to make us cut one more person, which is fine. Brenton Cox. Sorry, Brenton. I feel like in real life you've been a pretty strong person, but all right, we got to go to the depth chart, and then we're gonna sim. We're gonna sim to the end of the year. We got Teddy Bridgewater as our backup. Oh boy. All right, let's go to the end of the year. Well, let's go to midseason. Let's see where we're living come midseason. While I'm doing that, I'm trying to think of some great questions that were asked, and there's a lot that were asked. I think anytime anyone asks me about Desmond Bishop, I think that's worthy of one. So I think I'm going to go, Patrick. I think you're going to get the bonus entry tonight. Feels only right, especially considering you're the fan of the year nominee, or the Packers Hall. I don't even know what it's called, but oh, look at this. Bears are 0-7. They lost Last year they made it to the Super Bowl against the Patriots and lost, and now they're 0-7. And the Packers were 3-4 right now. We have a lot of ground to catch up. We are not doing the greatest. Do we got a lot of injuries here? What's going on? Let's take a look at our injuries. What's happening here for us? We have no injured players. We have no excuses. Let's go. All right, let's jump to the playoffs. See what happens. Fan Hall of Fame finalist. I don't know. You're the Fan Hall of Fame in our book. All right. While we're doing that, I can get these entries. While we're waiting on that, I'm going to pull these up so we can. I don't know how this season's looking though, guys. It's not looking good. That's for sure. It is not looking good. But we did make the playoffs. We finished with 10-7, so we had a strong second half. Let's scenarios. All right, giveaway wheel. Here we go. Strong second half. All right. Patrick, oh man, I'm scared right now. What's going on here? I'm trying to be a Hall of Fame Madden player. All right. How are we going to do against Washington? Let's see. Are we going to make it to the divisional round? And just like that, our season is done. What did we lose? We lost 20-17. Let's see. Let's jump ahead to the conference championship. We have let's view the playoff bracket. Lions versus Panthers. Panthers. Wow. Ravens and Browns. Who's going to be in the Super Bowl here? Let's see. Give me the Panthers. I feel like the Panthers will. I feel like, yeah, Madden always likes. Oh no, Lions. Lions got it 20-12. Let's see here. Lions and Brownies? Are you kidding me? All right. Do we have any playoffs or Pro Bowlers? Josh Jacobs made it to the Pro Bowl. And it looks Elton Jenkins is no longer on our team. Zach Tom, nice job. Rashawn Gary's a Pro Bowler. Not a bad thing. We kept him around. Micah Parsons a Pro Bowler. Isaiah made the Pro Bowl. You're kidding me. Keyshawn made the Pro Bowl. What is going on here? Xavier, dude, we had a ton of Pro Bowlers. Is that job money? Did Ja really? Ja made the playoffs or the? I keep saying playoffs. The Pro Bowls. Wow. Patrick says worst Super Bowl ever. You know, at least it's two teams that have never won one, right? Let's see if we had any yearly awards. MVP went to Joe Burrow. Coach of the Year went to Tim Steffens. NFC Josh Jacobs, Offensive Player of the Year, phenomenal. Defensive Player of the Year, Micah. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year. Jackson Dart. Best running back, Josh Jacobs. Best D lineman. Okay, cool. Let's look at, because it said Alexander earlier, but he's not even one of the best DBs. Okay. All right. Let's see who's winning the Super Bowl, and then we'll draw that winner for this giveaway, and we will get out of here. I'm curious what your guys' feedback is on this. Do you like the Madden games being like a quick thing and then doing a season like this every single week just to see if we can't win the looks like the Brownies won the Super Bowl 30-27. Look at that. I'm curious of your guys' perspective on that. Do you enjoy this? Just trying to be a GM here, or is it not worth our time? I think it's a fun thing, but what I think doesn't necessarily matter. So I obviously it's more for you guys and making sure that you guys are enjoying what we got going on here. All right, let's shut off my Xbox. All right. Some of you guys are enjoying it. I think it's fun just to do a season a week potentially, right? We can just see how the draft goes. We obviously could spend more time in the weeds, but I don't, I think it's going to be fun. Oh, we didn't really look at free agents that we were supposed to sign, so it's going to give us a weird thing, but that's all right. That's next week's problem. Dakota says I enjoy the game more or GM more than the game playing, but that's just me. I'm with you. I don't know if Kirby's here tonight. Actually, I think he's too cool for us. He saw how bad the production was last week, and he said, "I'm out of here." But let's do this giveaway. We got Patrick Hall of Famer getting added to the wheel for a second round. Should I add Kirby just because I don't think he's here? And then if he wins, we can always just give him a bunch of grief that he won, but he wasn't here. Should I do that? I think I should. Because I don't think he's here. We got Lord Voldemort here, which is good. All right, I added Kirby. I added him. Oh, he's having furnace problems? Okay. Yeah, that's probably why he's not here. Let's not add him then. I don't want to add insult to injury if he's dealing with something serious. All right. Good luck, everyone. Once again, thanks to my friends at Nicolet Law for making this possible, but good luck. Jessica, are you going to win again? Jessica the sniper. All right, Jessica. 1 through 50, up or down, please, if you could. Jeez, Jessica's the sniper as of late. She's just crushing it. I know I would assume she's here. Steve was here. I think that's Jessica. I didn't see a last name on there. Let me check. I would assume it's Jessica. Yeah, Egbers. Yep. Patrick, here's the thing. I don't think as many people are going to watch the Madden thing. I don't think a lot of people just generally don't care about watching Madden being played, which is fine. So your odds of winning are going to be infinitely better than the live shows themselves. Jessica says 25 and up. And funny enough, I think 25 was already selected. Someone went right in the middle. We haven't had many winners yet. 25 was already selected. So we have 26 for you, Jessica. Jessica starting out with 26. Can't really see it, but that is okay. I got to get these prizes mailed out. My hope is this week. I owe the last few weeks, but so Jessica, you got a dual auto of Chester Markle and Fred Carr. You can't really see it. It's blurry, but it's a dual auto. Yeah, congratulations. I still have your address. I'll get that out to you. Appreciate you guys immensely. Patrick says, got to be here to support you no matter what. Appreciate you, man. Really appreciate you. Appreciate all you guys. Really, I can't thank you guys enough. Hanging out, your interactions, your fun questions. It means the world to me, even if we're just sitting here playing Madden, and just having a blast. So, there's Kirby. Oh, Kirby, you missed it, man. You were on the wheel and you won. No, I'm just kidding. We didn't add you because it sounds like you're having some furnace problems. So, you guys all have a phenomenal rest of your night. I hope to see you here, same time, same place, where we can try to keep going on our Madden thing, and maybe as GMs we can win the Super Bowl. But yeah, and Joshua says, I think the game is sweet since you use us players. If people weren't on the roster this week and they're watching every week, just let me know and I can add people. I'm not going to remove you if you're not here every single week, but we're trying to incorporate you guys as much as possible. But you guys have a good rest of your week. Appreciate you all, as like I said, and thanks to my friends at Nicolet Law for making it all possible. We will see you next week, and as always, go Pack Go.